Hello YouTube! I'm Bruce.
I'm Fabian, and we are here with a new video. It's been a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, we really wanted to do more videos, but we've been really busy and life happens. So, and we did this video before and we messed up the audio, so we are redoing it. Let's see how it come out.
Today we want to talk about a phrase that me and Fabian have heard a lot in our lifetime during the process of coming out, and that is the phrase, "I love you, but." And me and Fabian particularly decided to do this video together because as people who grew up in church in America, well, we grew up in church and we came out of the closet, having lots of Christian friends in America. And in this culture, specifically in the church culture in America, there has been this phrase that's been coined that a lot of people say to people that are coming out that they know, but especially Christians that they know that are coming out, and that is, "I love you, but I don't agree with what you're doing." Now, for me personally, that I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people saying that. The problem that I have is not with the phrase being expressed, but the thing that we both seem to run into is how people play that out, how that's expressed, how people show that love. And oftentimes what we found is that with a lot of our Christian friends in the church who said those words, "I love you, but I don't agree with what you're doing," often those same people who said that they loved us, ended up, giving us problems with our relationship. The nature of our relationship changed, the love changed. Everything about our relationship changed if it didn't end. And so, for a lot of cases, we realized that people that were saying that weren't able to actually carry out what they, were saying, what they thought they believed. And, they thought that they could love us without what we were doing mattering to them, but it really mattered to them so much to the point where they couldn't love us the same way that they did before we came out and treat us the same.
And also, for all of a sudden, the verse when Jesus says, "Be your yes, be yes, and your no, be no," there was this message. I mean, that phrase was so confusing for us when we are coming out, totally afraid of what is coming, for trying to be truthful and honest with ourselves. But at the same time, the fact that we were truthful and honest, that doesn't mean that we were full of fear of what is ahead with our lives. And having people saying that "I love you, but," at first it was very comforting. Okay, people love me, they disagree, but they love me. But our experience, like Bruce was saying, once most people that say "I love you, but," they will really show that the opposite. It will show that they take distance, they never call you back again, they never so it was very confusing. Okay,
yeah, very
you
confusing.
love me, but now you don't want to talk to me, now you never call me again, you never but he said that he loves me, so you want to trust the person that loves you, but you don't understand why their reaction. On the other hand, people that did not say "I love you, but," stay quiet, you knew that probably they disagree with you, but they keep loving you in action, and showing that they really care for you.
Yeah, in my experience with those who said "I love you," but none of them, there were a lot of them, they were all very well intentioned. None of them said it with a hateful attitude.
Right.
They all really, I believe that they really loved me and they really did care about me because a lot of them had invested in my life, particularly with resisting my attractions and my sexuality and acting on those things, and then also with helping me grow in other ways spiritually. But after I came out, those people that said that phrase, the nature of the relationship changed. I had a lot of really close relationships that were very intimate, and all of a sudden after I came out, there was a ceiling that all of a sudden came in our relationship where we could only get so close because I was living in sin and they didn't want that to affect their walk with the Lord, in their mind. And so because of that, people continued to be nice and continued to, if I was around, they would hang out with me. But it was just, even when I would hang out with them, it was awkward because all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's that guy who's suddenly openly gay. A lot of my friends and family had never been close to someone who was openly gay, and so this was a very new challenge for them. So therefore, they struggled with it, and a lot of times I ended the relationship that I had with those people because it wasn't the same. It wasn't what I wanted. I wanted friendships, friends that I could be close to, friends that would support me, in my life. It didn't have to support my relationship, but I mean, I wanted to know that I could go to those people for, advice or for prayer or for ministry or for whatever, just to share things that were on my heart. And like Fabian said, the people that either didn't say it or actually truly lived out their love for me, were the ones that made me realize, whoa, these guys aren't living up to what they're saying. People that really love you, and whether they agree with what you're doing or not, their love doesn't change. The nature of those friendships, the very few that I had that didn't change, they continue to love me, and they continue to be available for me. They continue to talk with me, keep up with me, minister to me. I mean, just everything that I had before, I continued to have with them after I came out.
And I think one of the reasons that the theology behind this thinking, in my opinion, is because of the well-known phrase that has been preached for so many years in the evangelical church about love the sinner, hate the sin. Yeah. But I love what Tony Campolo says, love the sinner, hate your own sin. But basically it's when you're saying that phrase, love the sinner but hate their sin, it's like you're put in a position like, you are the sinner, I'm not. Oh, I love you, I love you, you're a sinner, but I hate your sin. Like you don't have sin, like you are not a sinner. And it's very Pharisaic attitude toward your brother. So I think actually, I have to admit that I was guilty of before, but going through the experience of coming out, I personally believe that the Lord taught me a new dimension of love that I did not understood before. Like we wrestle so much. Oh yes, love and truth. Oh, this is the truth, but we use truth as an excuse to not be loving, truly. And the truth is, we have to love like Jesus loved us unconditionally, and I've learned that. I've learned it was a test for so many friends that when they stopped talking to me, rejecting me, I understood that love goes beyond my words. It's action. It's being there for that person. It doesn't matter if I disagree or and so it's not like we were resentful toward these people, but. It produced such a confusion in us that we didn't know what to do in a confusing moment. So I think the theology behind that love the sinner, hate the sin, hurt the church at the end, hurt us all being part of it.
I like something that you had said at one time, the last time we were recording this, was that how dangerous it is to use those kind of one-liners that become popular in the church. Because they can be used to apply to one situation from one passage of scripture, but they're usually become so popular that they're taken to apply to any situation, like love the sinner, hate the sin, and a zillion other one-liners. And like before you know it, you realize that none of what you're saying is biblical, because it's based on statements that are popular phrases said from the preacher in the church, and they're not based on biblical truth. They're not based on words in the Bible. And that's what our collab is all about. Like our sexuality and our comfort with it, and the way we reconcile it to our faith is based on doing search in the Bible about what the Bible really says, and what the history says. And so we didn't base our reconciliation of our faith and our sexuality based on famous one-liners made by the gay community or by a liberal church. We based it on deep search in the Bible. I can say that for me and Fabian.
Yeah, and our experience with God. So, kind of to sum it up, our message really is for those kids. They are caught up in this message. They are trying to come out and they hear this message. Maybe not only kids, maybe you are an adult and you are coming out and you hear that expression, I love you, but... our experience taught us that first just weigh their actions. Don't just jump and
Yeah.
believe in that, because they might think they love you, but when they are confronted of the idea of loving a gay person, it is a challenge for them that that might take them some time to overcome.
It's like coming out for that person.
Right.
And if you've experienced coming out to the fullest progression, it takes time for you to get comfortable with yourself before you finally accept yourself. And so you have to give that same grace to your friends and family that are strong Christians to make that progression as well.
It was when I came out, my sister, it was very hard for my sister, but what it really helped her was that my cousin confronted my sister and said, the problem you have is that now you are faced with the choice of loving a gay person that you didn't have before, and that is your brother. You know that you must love him, and you're having a hard time because he's gay, so you're facing the choice of having to love a gay person. So after she understood that, she changed completely. So we understand. So if you're in that moment that people are saying you're coming out and they're saying we love you, but unfortunately I have to say, don't believe them until they show their actions by their actions that they truly love you and care for you.
And I would say after that, continue to love those people.
Totally, yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in relationship with them, but there may come a time eventually where people make a change of heart. However much time that takes, no one can ever know. It's up to God. But there may come a time where they turn around, they come to you, and they apologize, or they say, like, I finally get it. I finally understand that this is how this all works, and I apologize. And that's the critical moment when you need to be there for them, and you need to love them and show Christ's love to them, because all through that point they were wrestling with that time, that you being gay, or them or somebody else they love being gay. And it's so important to have that unconditional love showing, being that Christ-like example to other people, because this is your time and your opportunity to show Christ's love to the church more than anybody else.
Exactly, yes. Because that's what Jesus taught us. In our rejection, everything, keep loving, keep loving. So understand that their rejection is part of their brokenness. So keep loving.
Yeah. Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah. So
we love you guys. Be sure to subscribe, comment. Please leave questions. We need questions so we can have stuff to address in our future collab videos. Keep asking them. Negative or positive?
Right. Also, we've been having some people put in very negative stuff, and we took it. I mean, we were not gonna remove it, but we ask you to get involved and in the discussion and bring your ideas, your opinion. We might help these brothers and sisters in understanding what is to be a gay and Christian. So, God bless.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.